So I see that I am live, and I thought this was a good time to introduce myself to you. There's a lot of new people, many that I don't know, a few that I know from a long time, but I thought I'd introduce myself. So my name is Claudette Chenevert, and I want to start with one, I am a woman with her own ideas. And I believe words matter. And I believe in the dignity and the respect of all. And I took notes so I could look at my notes. I am a mother of a 40-something-year-old son. And I raised, the first 6 years, I raised him on my own. And I was able to, with the help of other people, I think do a fairly good job. I also raised him to think for himself and to not necessarily think like me, but to think for himself. Now, sometimes that doesn't always work out because we don't always agree on the same thing, and that's okay. If, as I said earlier, I believe that we all are entitled to respect and dignity, and so I respect his choices, even though I don't agree. Um, I am a wife partner to a wonderful man that we've been together for 36 years. We've had our shares of ups and downs, like all relationships. And I believe that being in a relationship means that you work at it for as long as you want to be in this relationship. It's not we work together when problems arise or when it's hard. You work at it when things are nice, working well. We've learned to take personal responsibility to see what is our contribution. What did we contribute to the situation, whether it's good or bad, and how can we either improve on it or make it better? Um, and when I say we've had our fair share of ups and downs, I do mean crushing moments where I questioned whether, and we either, each of us questioned whether we should stay in this relationship or not. And what made us want to stay in this relationship was mostly because we had a bigger vision, a bigger goal. We saw the good and wanted to be a part of that. And so that's what kept us going and kept us moving and appreciate those wonderful moments. And I will say that the other thing that makes our relationship great, in my opinion, is that we take the time to acknowledge and appreciate each other on a pretty much daily basis. And these are things like saying, thank you, I appreciate you, I noticed that you did the dishes. My husband will often compliment and say, hey, I love that the dish you made, I make some more of this. So things like that make it easier to come together, especially when there are hard and difficult moments. I am a stepmother to two wonderful, amazing, beautiful 40-ish-year-old stepdaughters. They're wonderful. They think for themselves. They're very independent. And we've had our moments, believe me, especially in the teen years. And I actually wrote an article about the 30 years stew. If you haven't read that article, it really shares more about our relationship, my relationship with my stepdaughters. And we've had difficult, challenging moments. And there were moments that I wondered if we'd ever come on that together and be friends and talk with one another. And I will say, one of the things I often say is keep that door open, even if it's just Hi, Hal from DC. I'm in Warrenton, near Washington, DC. So yes, I know we're neighbors. So thank you. Hi. And so one of the things I say when we're in a relationship, especially when you're as a stepmother with stepdaughters or stepchildren, is keep that door open, even if it's just a little bit. Keep that door open so that when they are ready to have a relationship with you, no matter what that looks like, you're welcoming, you're opening that door. And it's not easy. I don't think being in a relationship is easy no matter what. There will always be challenges, and that makes sense. We're individuals coming together to create a new entity, to create a new um, community, if you wish. And even if we're just two, I believe we're a community. Uh, and then the other thing we learned is as a stepmother, stepchildren, is to give ourselves space and to respect our differences. I think when you do this, you're opening up the possibility and the opportunity to build on a relationship. And again, like anything, it builds over time. I am a grandmother of 8 wonderful, amazing grandchildren. And I'm a grandmother because of the kids we have and because of the relationship we build over time. We enjoy a wonderful relationship with our 8 grandchildren. They're all different, they're all individual, they think for themselves, they have personalities that are very different from all of us. They are little individuals that we get to learn and appreciate over time. As for work, I started out as a hairstylist many, many years ago. It was something that I did because it was easy for me, and I got to talk with people, to interact with people, to hear people's stories, and to make a difference. One of the things someone had told me once, you're just a hairdresser, and it was like crushing. And they really had to take a moment and reflect, why is it just a hairdresser? Just like people say, you're just a stepmom or you're just this. And I really would like for us to think twice before we say to someone, you're just whatever. So over the time, I looked at what I did as a hairdresser, as a hairstylist, and I thought, no, I'm not just a hairstylist. I make a difference in these people's lives. When they come on my chair and sat down and looked in the mirror and said, I can't stand myself. Look at me. I don't like myself. And within an hour, you can change a person's perspective. You make them feel better about themselves. You make them feel seen, heard, understood. And so my 20 years of being a hairstylist taught me a lot about what I now do today, which is a life coach or a coach for specifically for stepmoms. And as stepmothers, we often feel we're invisible. We don't matter. We have no power or no control. We have no visibility. We don't impact anybody. And I want to say that is so not true. Just your presence, being here, being in a role of modeling what you can be, I think is really important. I believe firmly that we need role models in every aspect of our lives. We need positive role models to show us what's possible, to show us what we're capable of, to show us that, you know what, I can do this as well. Or show us, like, yeah, you know what, I'm doing this at this moment, and this is what I can contribute. And let's see if I can just make that a little bit better every day. And so I'm on Substack because I love to read. I love to learn. I love to share my journey as well as what I have learned and my beliefs and values. But I'm also curious about your values and your beliefs. And so it's not just about me, but it's about you. I want to hear what you have to say, and I want to know more about, some of your challenges as well as your successes. We can't just focus on what's going wrong because when we do, we stay stuck in that situation. And I share this for everything that's going on at this moment, whether in the world, in your home, in your backyard, at your neighbors, everything. Um, we need to focus on what we can do to make a difference and how we can contribute. What is our contribution to making life better for our neighbors, our family, and for ourselves? And so I'm so glad I did my first live. Thank you, Tanya, for sharing. Tanya Smith is someone I follow and admire and respect very much. And she posted something this morning, and I said, okay, I need to do a live. It's going to be okay. And so I appreciate you. I see you, Hal, and I see I can't see who else. I saw someone else earlier who said hi as well. And I'm glad you know where Warrington is. It's a little place outside of DC, but it's a nice place to live. And nice people, amazing community. And so I hope that I'll be making more lives and see you again. I'll try to be more consistent and let you know in advance when I am doing live. Oh, nice. So yeah, it's Warrington is a really tight-knit community, and it's people who have been here. There's a mix of people who have been here a long time and people like us who are transplants from other places who live here and enjoy being in this community. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. And I will jump back on a live at some point, hopefully next week. Right. Take care. Bye for now.